Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a tutorial on this cool toned mauve blown out smoky eye. So if you want to see how I created this look, then please keep watching. So I've already filled in my eyebrows, so this is from the Glam Brow tutorial that I uploaded on Thursday, so I'll leave that link in the description box below. But as usual, I'm priming my eyes with the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion in the shade Eden and blending that out with my Zoeva 142 concealer buffer brush. Next, I'm just setting that with Vanilla Bean from Makeup Geek with that Real Techniques Bold Metals 200 brush. For my initial transition shade, I took the shade Beaches and Cream, also from Makeup Geek, on a Zoeva 228 Luxe Crease brush and just buffed this into the crease.
If you ever need a helper, you should know that I'll be there.
Even though this is a cool tone look, I wanted to use a more warmer shade as my initial transition shade in the crease, just to add a little bit of warmth to the look so it doesn't look too cool toned, like too dark, like a bruise. This kind of balances the look out a little bit. Then I'm just buffing out the edges with my Sigma Taper Blending E40 with no product on it as per usual. Next, I'm taking the shade Bandwagon from Makeup Geek on a Sigma Taper Blending E35. I'm just buffing this into the crease, focusing on the outer corner. So this is the first cool tone shade I'm using. It's kind of a taupey brown, it's kind of a little bit grey, but it's a good starting point for a cool toned look. So I'm just buffing this into the crease, and yeah. Then I'm just blending that out with the crease brush I used to apply Beaches and Cream, and then going back in with some more Bandwagon and just building up the intensity of that shade. And then I just did the exact same on the other eye. Again, blending out the edges with my Sigma E40. For my lid shade, I'm taking the shade Homecoming from Makeup Geek on just a flat shader brush and packing it all over the lid. I'd used this shadow before, and when I've done this look for the first time before I filmed it, but I'd never really experimented with this shade before. But I saw, I think it was Jamie Genevieve's latest tutorial, and she had this gorgeous, like, kind of cool tone, kind of purple eye look on, and it really encouraged me to experiment a bit more with cooler tone shades, and I really love how this look turned out, so I'm obsessed with this colour at the moment. And then I'm just blending that together with the shades in the crease with the Sigma E35 I used to apply Bandwagon. To deepen up the outer corner, I took the shade Vintage from Makeup Geek on a Zoeva 227 Luxe Soft Definer and just packed this on the outer corner, taking it into the crease a little bit as well. And I just blended that out with the Luxe crease brush that I used to apply Beaches and Cream. And then come back in with some more of that vintage shade and just keep packing it on to really darken up that outer corner. And then blending it out with the Sigma E35. And then doing exactly the same on the other eye. And then blending the whole thing out with my Sigma E40. Now I'm just adding some mascara to my top lashes. This is Benefit's Roller Lash. Then I'm going to highlight my brow bone with Nylon from MAC. I picked this up a few weeks ago and I am obsessed with it. I always saw Jaclyn Hill raving about it in like all of her videos, but it's such an incredible highlight. I love it for the inner corner as well, which I'm going to use later. Now for lashes, I'm using my favourite lashes from Velour. This is in the style See-Through. So now it's onto skin. I'm priming my skin with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. And then I had a little spot on my face, so I wanted to colour correct it a little bit with the green Above and Beyond concealer from NYX. And then I'm going with foundation, so I'm taking the Make Up For Ever Ultra HD Stick Foundation, and I'm sure this is in the shade 315, since I still had a little bit of fake tan on. So I'm just swiping that all down my cheeks and over my face and zigzagging a little bit on my forehead. And then I'm blending it in with a Real Techniques buffing brush, which is my favourite brush to apply this with. Unfortunately, you can only buy it in the core collection, so you have to buy the full set to have this brush, but I definitely think it's worth it. I have about 3 of them. I love it so much. For concealer, I'm taking the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Vanilla, and then just swiping this underneath my eyes to highlight them a little bit. And I'm blending that out with my mini beauty blender, which I think is the perfect shape and size to like blend down your concealer underneath your eyes. I am obsessed.
The others don't matter. It's honestly us against the world. We're the perfect team. You're my dream, and I just want it.
Now I'm going to bake with the RCMA No Colour Powder as usual. So I'm just applying that with the Real Techniques Medical Eraser Sponge, I think that's what it's called. I'll leave everything linked in the description box below as usual. But then I'm going to set my whole face with the Mercier Translucent Loose Powder with a Real Techniques powder brush. Now for contour, I'm taking the Makeup Geek contour powder in the shade Porcelain. It's the shade Breakup, and it is for porcelain skin, so it's a cool toned contour, and I'm taking that with my favourite contour brush, which is the Sigma F05 Small Contour. It makes contouring so easy, like it blends the powder so seamlessly into the skin. It's so easy. I didn't cut any of the contour out, so this is genuinely how long it took me to contour. I am obsessed with this brush. It is amazing. I don't know what I did without it in my life before. Now I'm going to sharpen up that contour with a little bit more of the Laura Mercier powder, so I'm just taking that on the Real Techniques sponge. You can just drag in this underneath my contour. And because this is a cool toned eye look, I wanted to do more bronzy skin, so I'm taking the Makeup Geek contour powder in the shade Love Triangle, which is for fair skin, but it's warm, I think, so I like to use this as a bronzer. So I'm taking that on the Real Techniques Bold Metals 100 Arch powder brush. I love this brush for bronzer. It is perfect. Now I'm just dusting off that bake. Now I'm back onto finishing off the eyes, and I'm taking the shade Bandwagon on a Zoeva 230 Luxe pencil brush and just dragging this under the lower lash line. Now I'm taking some of that vintage shade on the same pencil brush and dragging this under the lower lash line as well, just to deepen that up and really smoke it out, because I think it really tied the whole look together. Now I'm just blending those two shades together with the Sigma E40 that I used earlier. And then I'm applying some mascara to the lower lashes. As I mentioned, I took some of that MAC Nylon shade and applied it to my inner corner with a Real Techniques, what's this called? Smudge brush. I think this is the perfect shape for highlighting the inner corner. I love it. Now I'm taking the Makeup Geek blush in the shade, what is this one? Spellbound, and I'm taking that on a Real Techniques cheek brush and just applying this to my cheeks. Then for highlighter, I'm taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills Gleam kit, which I don't really use that much, but I love how it paired with this look. I'm taking the shade Crushed Pearl and applying that to my cheekbones with a Real Techniques setting brush, my favourite brush for highlight.
If you ever need a helper, you should know that I'll be there day and night. Nobody else can love you better. I'm here just to treat you right. You're the reason I'm alive. You're the only pain.
I'm also applying this Crushed Pearl shade to the tip of my nose and my Cupid's bow. For lipstick, I'm taking the Rimmel London and Kate Moss lipstick in the shade 42. This is the most perfect nude and it's so affordable. I love this lipstick so much. And then I'm just topping this with the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Fortune Cookie. This gloss is perfect on top of this lipstick. It is my favourite combination at the moment. The final step, I'm setting my whole face with MAC Fix Plus just to make sure all the powders on my face blend seamlessly together. And that is the finished look. So I'm really happy the way this look turned out. I loved using some cooler tones, which I don't really do very often. I loved using some of the Makeup Geek shadows that I haven't really played with before. And yeah, I'm just really happy with the way this turned out. So if you enjoyed this tutorial, please give the video a thumbs up. Leave any video suggestions in the comments down below and don't forget to subscribe. So we'll see you in my next video, guys. Bye!